Hey, you guys, it's me, Kiana, coming at you today, and I am coming at you finally with my Rachel Ray cookware review. I would say it's an unboxing rather than a review because I haven't used it yet. But I am going to show you my Paula Deen cookware, a piece of it, so that we can actually compare it visually to the Rachel Ray cookware. I also included a link to where you can actually purchase this cookware for about $150, $160. And that link will be below. So make sure you tune in to this video and make sure you check out the link. Now, I love cookware. Okay. In case you haven't really been following me for too long and you're new to the channel, I'm very domestic. I love cookware. I love things around the house. I redecorate the home, which, by the way, we're going to do for the holidays. So, um, yeah, I love those things. So, I wanted to purchase some new cookware. Now, I like to purchase cookware at least once a year. Now, I know by me buying the good cookware or a good quality cookware, I don't have to buy it once a year. But I like to buy it because A, I like to cook a lot. B, sometimes I don't take as the proper care with my cookware as I should. Sometimes I'll use a fork when I'm not supposed to use a fork inside of it and all those kinds of things. I also like the look of new cookware when I'm cooking for the holidays. So usually around this time of the year, and if you remember when I bought it before, I usually around this time of the year start preparing for the holidays. As you all know, I cook for my entire neighborhood. So I don't just cook for my family, I cook for the whole neighborhood. And I usually do it on camera. So if you haven't seen my cooking videos where I cooked for the neighborhood for the holidays, make sure you go check them out. And of course, it includes my famous mac and cheese. So, um, I like to buy cookware. And whenever a nice brand comes out or a new addition to the brand, I like to buy it. Now, all the time, I don't, since I do buy cookware at least once a year, I don't always buy a whole entire set. Maybe sometimes it may be a wok, or the other time it may be a nice crock pot, or the next time it may be a nice stock pot. But I do like to add to my pieces every year. Next, I'm going to start collecting cast iron because I always remembered my nana having cast iron pans, and they've been passed down to my mom. And one time we was in storage. We had storage when I was younger, and we lost our storage, and her pots and pans was in there. So I wanted to be able to pass down to my children the cast iron pans that I used to cook their meals, some of their meals while they were growing up, and they're still growing. And I wanted to be able to pass it down to them for like when I'm maybe about 60 or 70 years old. You know, those same cast on pans that I used to fry skillet chicken and maybe I used to make cornbread or whatever in it, fried potatoes or whatever. I have those same pans and was able to pass them down to them. So make sure you tune into that because I will be collecting pieces periodically of that. Okay, good quality cast on pans. And Grandma Cheap Cheap, she be giving me all the tips. Make sure you check her out, you guys. Hey, Grandma Cheap Cheap. But anyway, let me show you my new Rachel Ray pans. I'm so excited. First, I'm going to show you my Paula Deen. This is my Paula Deen copper pans. This is just a saucepan from it. Really good quality, you guys. Really heavy. I like how the handles are curved, more of the natural feel of your hand. They don't have that, you know how cheap pans have, it's right here where it's not welded. Well, this is actually welded in. It's not screwed in, so you can't like screw it in because they use the screws because they know that it's going to come loose. Well, this is actually welded in where it's not screwed in, so you can't use a knife or a screwdriver to put it back in. It's well made. It's not going anywhere. I'm hard on cookware, you guys, so if it's not going anywhere with me, it's not going anywhere with you. Um, their lids, I like their lids because they have weight to them, and I like the copper look. So this is a piece of my Paula Deen cookware. Wonderful, wonderful cookware. Just because I have new cookware, I'm not going to take it away from Paula Dean because she did her thing. Um, as you're going to see at the bottom, it is Paula Dean, but you're going to also see how bad or horrible I am on some cookware. Despite how much I paid for it, I still wound up being hard on it, which is terrible, but it is what it is. But this is, I don't know if you can see, it says Paula Dean. But yeah, it has the PD right there. Anyway, as you can see, the pot doesn't look bad, this part, but the bottom reflects the high temperature heat and things like that that sometimes I use and I shouldn't. But mama throws down, so I take that. But this is my new cookware, you guys. I love it. I love it. This is one of the lids, and it has her traditional oval shape. That's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about, and it has her traditional color because when she first came out with cookware, she came out with this orange color. Now they have many colors of it, you guys. Not many. They have like maybe two other colors, but I stuck with the traditional because my local Ross has like the muffin, the silicone muffin pans and meatloaf pans and all those kind of things, and it's easier for me to add to my collection by buying individual items from Ross, which has it all the time. And they only have the ones that have like an orange accent on it. Like the whole thing is silver, of course, or chrome, but then like the handles may have that little orange color to them. And rather than have two different colors going on, to make it look like a complete set as I'm adding to it, that's why I got the orange. Okay. This is the pan. This is I think this is probably about a 12-inch pan. This is the pan, and her durable stainless steel. It's the 10-inch even heat distribution, and her signature Rachael Ray. So this is what the pan looks like. It also has her name on the handle, and it also has that silicone. Now this doesn't have a curve, but this is a very padded silicone. And it also, another thing to look for, again, notice that these do not have screws. It's welded on there. That's another clear sign of a good quality or higher quality pan set. Because if you get pans from, cheap pans, it's like $40 or $50, or if you find a cheap pan set that maybe is like even cheaper than that, you'll notice that they have screws right here that you can actually put the screwdriver in. Well, you want to look for it to be welded. Okay. And again, this is a beautiful tangerine color, and I would say that is definitely the color that it is tangerine. So that's one piece. This is another piece. I love this because it's like a not deep dish, but it's like a casserole. Like you could fix like all gratin potatoes and things like that in this. I remember my mom used to use something like this when I was younger for like scalloped potatoes and stuff. But I like it because it has the silicone grip handles, of course. It does have that oval shape, which I love. Again, these handles are welded on both sides. She also has her signature at the bottom, and it also has that the grooves for the even heat. Okay, so already looking into it, you guys, I will tell you that the difference at the bottom for the even heat, and I think that that's why it's a higher um, dollar amount as far as for purchasing, um, is because Paula Deen does not have those grooves. Like it has the spiral in the center, but it doesn't have the grooves throughout. And I think that those grooves have something to do with the even distribution of the heat. So that's why you're going to see, I don't know if you can tell, the lines constantly throughout the whole entire thing. It's not just in the middle. I don't know if you can see it real good, but it's throughout the entire pan. So I think that that has something to do with it as well. So that's one piece. And this is, by the way, this is the 10-piece set. It did come with instructions that show you how to care for your pots and your pans. You want to definitely read this, because this goes back to why I said I'm hard on um, pots and pans, and learn from my mistakes. Even though I still do it, and I probably still will do it. But and Daddy hates it. He hates it. Um, he like, why you spend so much money for pots and pans, and then you do this to it or whatever. But I want to try to do better with that. So that's why I'm saying learn from your mistakes, learn from my mistakes, and read this and actually live by it. If it says that you should soak this, because for instance, the Paula Deen set, it said soak it in salt water before you even attempt to use it, and then also turn the fire on high after you use it. It's telling you directions, and it's telling you for a reason. So go by the steps, you guys, because if you're going to spend this much money for pots and pans, when you're going to spend $200, $300 for pots and pans, you want it to actually last a little while. And although mine are the pots and pans that I buy sometimes wind up, burnt at the bottom a little bit, but they still work, and they still work well. So it's not like I'm replacing them because they don't work. I'm replacing them because I like to buy them. That's all. So again, this is the 10-piece, you guys, set. And this is the 2-quart saucepan. And I like it that you actually have the names, I mean the amount. They actually tell you what size the pan is at the bottom. Okay, so I like that. Again with the signature, and again with the spiral even heat distribution. Again, it is welded. And again, it has the name on the handle. These are great weight, you guys. Saucepans and all of her pans. I like that. I don't know why these are silver on the inside, and then these, well, I do know why. These, I believe, are non-stick, the pans, and then the saucepans have that stainless steel. All right, but it's from the same set. This is the 10-piece, and even the lids have the welded tops. If you can see, these are not screws. It is welded together, and it even has the silicone handle, so it's cool to the touch. This is another pan, and I like these because it has, I don't know if you can tell, the sides have like a pouring feature, so you can pour it. So once you put the lid on top, you can still pour, and I like that. So I can hold this here, and then I can still pour it. So I like that feature, and that's on both sides. I don't know if you can tell it. It's a little dip right here, and then it's a little dip on the other side as well, right here. So that is another piece. This is the lid to the other saucepan. This saucepan does not have the grooves or the dips on the side. Give that to Daddy. This does not have the dips or grooves on the side, you guys. And then I have this gorgeous piece right here, which is very heavy. I love it. And this is what you would call your roaster or your deep dish or your casserole pot or pan. It is very deep. It's 6-quart. Again, that's why I like, one of the features I like, that anything that you are holding, you can actually see how many quarts and liters it actually holds at the bottom. It tells you. Because any other time I would have guessed, what this actually holds. But all the pots and pans have the actual quantity it holds right at the bottom. Again, it has that spiral throughout the whole pan, so that it has the even distribution of the heat. This is stainless steel, but it also has that non-stick coating like the frying pans have. Her signature, of course. And then the silicone handles that are welded in. And then with that comes this lid, which is beautiful. Again, welded. And one of the great features I want to share with you guys is it has the, just like the little pouring pan had, one side of this has it where you can hold it and you can pour. So if you want to pour off the grease, or if you want to pour off the natural juices and make a separate pot of gravy, which we'll be doing for the holidays, as you all know. But if you want to do that, you can do that without lifting out the meat. You can just pour it into a pan or a pot, add your seasonings, add some more stock, and then add some roux, making it into a roux in the gravy. And you can do so because this is like a little spout. Okay, so I love the fact that it's the attention to details when you're dealing with um, great quality like pots and pans and stuff. It's always the attention to detail, but those attentions to detail makes a total different pot, which sometimes and quite often makes your food totally different because you're less likely to burn it. It's even temperature, so therefore all the way through the food is done evenly. You don't scorch your food, and it's less likely to do that. And it's just an easier cleanup. So if you want something that you don't have to keep scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, trust me, invest in a great pot and pan set because the cleanup is far, far greater. The cleanup is far quicker than if you was to buy a cheaper pot and pan set. And I know that not from this one, but I know that from also my Paula Deen and also another brand that I have as well. But yeah, it's always better brands out there. Of course, Paula Deen and Rachael Ray is not the best brand. They have some Le Cuisine. They have some that's like, when I was checking out this one, they had some that was like $490. But I just didn't want to do that. I want to make sure I have Christmas money, and I just spent money on cruise and all that. So I stuck with the Rachael Ray, and I like it. So like I said, I'm going to be quite often adding to as we get closer and closer to the holidays. I'm going to be adding to um, my Rachael Ray set. I plan on making some muffins and things like that for this fall, just to have in a container for breakfast and stuff like that for the household. And I'm going to be making them from scratch and stuff at times. So I will be sharing those with you guys, those recipes, and I'm going to be buying those little pieces that can help me with that. But last but not least, it did come with a Rachael Ray spatula as well. And this is a very durable spatula, but it's flexible. And I like the shape of it. The reasoning for her shapes of things, it's not because of it, she wanted to look totally different, although it does look different from every other uh, potware or cookware. But she does these things with purpose. She does the shapes with purpose. For instance, the reason why her pans are oval is so that because of the heat, that she found that the heating works better for oval for her than it does for just a regular square or not square, a regular round pan. So you can look that up. You can look up the reasonings why she made each thing shaped the way it is. But I think I find it fascinating that she actually researched these things and that she came up with these designs for function as well as aesthetics. So, all right, you guys. So that is it. That is my Rachael Ray cookware. I am loving it so far. I have not used it yet. I've had the cookware and I haven't used it. I wanted to wait until I came back to use it. But I will be using it and I will tell you guys how it works. And you'll probably be seeing it quite often in cooking videos. So now you don't have to wonder what it is. You'll actually know what in fact it is. So on that note, you guys, the link will be below where you can actually purchase it yourself if you like. Treat yourself to it for maybe the holidays, or maybe the hubby doesn't have an idea of what to get you for Christmas. Now you know. So, on that note, you guys, I love you all so much. Talk to you guys later and be blessed.